Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Antoinette. I don't know why I said YouTube channel like that. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. English is hard, y'all. English is hard. Anyways, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm just gonna be talking a little bit about optometry, basically like my timeline or a timeline that I would recommend if you're somebody who's planning to apply to optometry school in the future. So I kind of decided that I wanted to apply to optometry school. I believe it was like end of freshman year, close to sophomore year of college. So in the beginning, I wasn't sure where I wanted to go, but I decided I wanted to do optometry school for sure. So then I started looking at it and I found out that the applications, normally they open July of every year, like July, all the applications open up, and then most of them are due in like May or so. But the good thing about the application process is that it's all on one website. It's like Optomcast, and so you create an account on Optomcast and then you can get to apply to like multiple school, and it's like one application, but once you submit it, you can send it to like 4 or 5 different schools and it will be the same application. The only thing is each school has like some personalized questions for that school. That's the only part that might be different, but otherwise like the essay, the letters of rec, or the transcript, you just get to put them on Optomcast and then Optomcast sends it to every school. So that's the good part, you know, you just can get to do everything in one place. So the Optomcast application opens every July, and so me, I was thinking I'm gonna go after I finish my senior year. So then I was like, I should plan to start the application like a year before. So it opens up, if I'm going to school 2023 August. So the application for my cycle opened July 2022. So it's like the year before. So you gotta kind of plan ahead because they do it on rolling admissions, to where every application that comes in, if you're a good candidate and they like you, they get to accept you into the school already right away. And then the more applications, so the later you do it, kind of the lower your chances are of getting in. So I'd recommend doing it as early as possible so that you can, you know, increase your chances of getting in. So I got a chance to look at some of the schools and see when their basically deadline is. That, like I said, most of them are in May, but some of them it's a lot earlier than that. So as I said, I recommend you start the application as soon as possible. Like the University of Houston College of Optometry, that one closes February 28th. So like you gotta get, if you want to go there, if that's your top choice, at least like start the application ASAP. The other one that's in Texas, University of Incarnate Word, San Antonio, the one closes May, like most of the ones that close in May. And then the one in Alabama closes in April. SCO closes in March, and Ohio closes in March. So that's just a few of them that like are not exactly May. So like whichever school you're planning to apply to, just make sure you go on the Optomcast application and just look at which schools and see their deadline. And the good thing about it is once you can create an Optomcast profile, even if you're not ready to start applying. Like if you start your application 2021 and you were planning to start the application cycle in 2022, you can still make your profile, and then whatever you have, once you start your actual application cycle, you can just have it roll over, like your information, like, oh, they can transfer it over to the next cycle. So that's a good thing about that. Like even if you're looking at it right now, you can start looking at what schools, their deadlines, what they require, all that stuff. Even if you don't plan to apply, even if you don't plan to apply in this cycle, you can still just get a look at it. So yeah. So my one thing is plan to start looking at shadowing basically as early as you can, like freshman, sophomore year of college. Start looking at that, because that is one thing that almost all the optometry schools require. They need you to have certain shadowing hours of shadowing an optometrist. You can probably shadow like other doctors, but definitely they need you to say shadow at least an optometrist, and they need you to have a recommendation letter from that optometrist. So yeah, I would definitely recommend start looking into that. I was trying to get mine done in like after sophomore year, after freshman year, the sophomore summer, but because COVID hit, you know what I mean, like stuff like that you don't really know what's gonna happen, it kind of pushed me back. So I ended up finding my shadowing opportunity like during my junior year, which I was lucky to still get it. But like as I say, life can happen, circumstances can happen. So just the earlier you do it, the more you have chance to, like, something going wrong, you can still kind of fix it. Number 2 is plan to take the OAT, which is the optometry admissions test. Yeah. optometry admissions test. Plan to take that also as early as you can. Like, that test is gonna require so much from you, like study wise, time, mentally. So like, plan ahead to take that. I would recommend the summer of the year before you plan to go to optometry school. Like, this summer, like if you're planning to go to 2023, take it in 2022. If you're planning to go 2022, take it in 2021. You know what I mean? So definitely, because that is gonna be a lot, and that's what I recommend taking in the summer. Because honestly, I don't think, maybe some people can do it, but me personally, I knew myself. I was like, there's no way I can be studying for this exam while I'm still taking regular classes, like, regular classes during the semester. So I was like, I'm just gonna take it in the summer, because I thought that's when I can be able to just fully focus on it and give it my all. Because honestly, retaking it, I mean, it's not cheap. The exam was like probably $500 or something like that. And I'm gonna make a more detailed video about the OAT exam, the OptumCast application. I'm gonna do some videos like that in the future. So this one's just a little timeline. So now I'll get into the timeline. This is like my timeline. This is how I did stuff. I would recommend it because honestly, I feel like it worked for me and it was awesome. But this is not, there's no one way to do this, so like, just see what works best for you and then figure it out as you go. So yeah, so my timeline, I wanted to go to optometry school. I was class of 2023, so I knew I was graduating undergrad May 2023, and I didn't want to take a break or anything because I honestly just wanted to get right into it, get it done. So I was planning to go to start optometry school in August 2023. So then my timeline, I kind of started 2022 is when I did more stuff. But once again, as I said, start shadowing as early as possible. So I started shadowing in July 2021. That's when I started shadowing an optometrist, and I've actually been shadowing, and now I work for him. I've been working for him until now. This is 2021, 2023 now. So yeah, been a couple years with him. He's great. He's awesome. And so yeah, I started shadowing in July 2021, and then fast forward to 2022 in May. That's when I was basically done with my junior year. I had the whole summer, and so in May, as soon as my schoolwork was done, I was like, okay, no more exams, no more finals. I started my application for the OAT. So I just signed up because the application process is also a lot. Like, you have to register, they have to send you a confirmation, they have to do this and that. So it's a long process, so plan ahead. You won't get to register like as soon as you go on the website. It's gonna take a process. So in May, that's when I registered. I was like, okay, I sent it in, and then they got back to me. It didn't take that long, but it wasn't like I could get to register for my exam the same day. So yeah, basically the whole May, I'll say I started at the beginning. By the end of May, I already registered. I picked the location. I go to school at Texas A&M. Luckily there's a location here, so I didn't have to drive far. So I got to pick the location. I picked the date, the time. Most of them at 8 a.m. That's the part that sucks, because I was like, 5-hour exam, and I had to wake up at 8 a.m. The good thing was I was done by like midday, so I got to have the rest of the day. But definitely, like, I didn't want to have to wake up at 8 a.m. to take that exam. But most of the times that they have available is 8 a.m. Just a warning. And then kind of mid-May, once I had like my date set and everything, I started studying for the OAT. So I'm gonna make another video, as I said, about OAT. So I use the bootcamp to study, and I might do a video in the future talking to you guys about that. It was really great and very helpful. And that's what I used to study for the exam, and I was able to do pretty well on it. And then August 15th, that's when I had registered to take my OAT exam. So that's when I took it, August 15th, 2022. And like I say, like, it's good to pick a date. I feel like the OAT, it's one of those big exams. It's almost like the MCAT, meaning basically the same topics, just a little bit different, but mainly similar. So it's one of those tests that you just have to set a date. For me, it's like I just said, okay, August 15th. Now from when I set that to August 15th, I'm just gonna work to getting as much knowledge as I can in my head, So if you keep procrastinating and being like, I can register, I'm gonna register when I feel comfortable. There's no day when you're gonna feel like, okay, I fully know everything. Like, even the day I was walking into the exam room, I was still like, there's some things I don't know. So it's one of those exams you just have to take the leap and just register for it. Just set a day for yourself and be like, okay, on this day I'm taking it, no matter what, no matter how far I am, you know? Unless of course you really feel like there's so much more you can do, but otherwise you are never gonna fully feel prepared and like 100% you know everything. So just take that leap and register for it. Once I took the OT August 15th, August 20th, like as soon as I basically was done with that. You don't have to have your results to start your application or even send your application. So I just started the Optometry application. As soon as I took the exam, I said August 20th. It was somewhere in August. So as soon as I took the exam, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start the application now. And I had already started it the year before, just like I told you guys you can, like just to like get the general information. Like I already had my personal information in there, my background, all that stuff. So they were able to just transfer it. And then I just got straight to like the academic part of it. I just started putting in my transcript, my letter of reg, started looking into that. So yeah, the application, it took me a while, honestly. The hardest part was writing the essay, like the personal statement. You know, once again, it's one of those things you never fully feel like this is the best one and you're ready to submit it. Like I just had to. I was like, let me just do it. Let me just. So yeah, by September 28th, I submitted my applications and I applied to 6 schools. Yeah, I applied to 6 optometry schools. It's pretty expensive. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like the application itself, it's not cheap. So beware of that. Plan ahead. Like overall, this whole application process, I spent quite a few grands. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, it's gonna be worth it in the end. I think. I hope. Anyways, by October, November, I had started hearing back about interviews from schools, so that was great. It didn't take a long time. My goal was to submit my application like when school started for that semester, which was August. That didn't work out. So I ended up submitting them in September, which I was still like, okay, that's fine, you know? I was mainly just procrastinating because I just kept feeling like there's something more I needed to add. But honestly, I was able to submit it in August. I just didn't. So by October, I started hearing back from schools. I started doing my interviews and all of that. And by December, got accepted. I started getting the acceptance letters, and then I finally got my decision to which school I'm gonna go to, which is U of H, as you guys know. So yeah, that's basically my timeline. So now I am in the spring semester of my senior year, and why I say this timeline is great is because for me right now I'm just chilling. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about. I already know what my next steps are after graduation. So that's what I love about the way I did things, because it honestly worked out for the best for me. Because this semester I didn't want to have to be stressed in like interviews, which school take me, which school I go to. Like I wanted to get all of that done by fall semester. I wanted to be like by December, when I go into December break, I want to already know which school I'm gonna go to already, you know. And yeah, that's what I did, you guys, and it's great. This semester I'm just here chilling, ready for graduation. Gonna have a little summer break, and then boom, August, I already know where I'm going, you know. The next 4 years of my life, I already know where that's headed. So yeah, that's a little bit of my timeline, what I would recommend. Honestly, as I said, it's not for everybody, but if this is something that maybe aligns with your plans or something you think you want to do, definitely give it a shot. See if it works for you. And if you don't meet the deadline, like I said, I wanted to submit my application August. I didn't. I submitted in September. It's okay. Give yourself grace. You know, this is a big, like, it's a big decision. It's a big life step. So like, give yourself grace. Don't be hard on yourself. But definitely try to meet the deadlines if you can. Like something like the OET, just try to set a deadline, try to meet it, because you have to pay to reschedule. So that part would suck. All right, guys, that's basically it. That's my little timeline right there. If you guys have any extra questions about, you know, optometry, the optometry exam, whatever, I'm gonna make future videos, of course. But if you have questions right now, just drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer and help in any way that I can. And basically that's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.